Well, like I think every business is going through some kind of AI native process where the AI world is like the internet. You can't be ignoring it in any manner. I think this film industry or the entertainment industry has been the same in some form, where pieces of work have been dramatically shifting. Where it's been shifting greatly is in the pre-production of a film. Usually most of our ideas are on a page, it's written, it's pencil drawn as sketches. And every time in a creative room before you greenlight something, everyone has an imagination that's different from the co-filmmaker. But here, that communication has kind of changed pretty fast, where you're able to create some part of the film or some part of the storytelling experience much, much before you get into the original course. And that's going deeper and deeper as few filmmakers who are making these big impact, big spectacle movies are almost being able to today watch the film even before they get on to shoot. So you understand, sorry, you're doing something with my name?
Okay. It's still you, it's still you.
Still me.
It's not the AI.
It's not AI yet, so yes. So it's taken that part of the work pretty dramatically. The other part that it's come into is in the visual effects world, where earlier a process of getting a shot done would have been a 3-day, 5-day affair, and now it's a 2-hour, 3-hour affair. And when you, for the ones who understand visual effects, we work in multiple layers. So if there's a live piece that's shot, there's multiple layers of creation that kind of goes in. So now what's happened is there'll be 1 or 2 layers that will be worked by an artist, and the rest is being worked on in an AI process. So it's fixing pieces of it. Is there a very definitive workflow today where everything can go AI, like how Sid is doing? No, not really. But there is pieces of the puzzle that's being taken up, yes.
And what do you think will always remain human-centered?
Well, the base to anything is storytelling. So if a creator like Sid today made Yaposaurus in this manner, there's a certain cultural context that he understands a sense of art. So your social literacy becomes much, much heavier. The understanding of stories, the understanding of your culture, of roots, the literacy of communication in some ways, where you'll have to be very clear, very articulate. The ones that are clearer with the idea will be able to use AI in a format that's better. You have to be tech literate in some ways. I mean, everyone doesn't have to start writing code, but one must understand what each AI tool offers in some ways. And right now, we're in that phase of extreme change. Like, I've worked a couple of times with Sid, and what he did a few years ago into this is quite dramatically different. And I think the change is happening every 6 months, every year, with products like Adobe and others pushing that envelope forward. Yes. Just talking for where the Indian entertainment industry is, over 98% of us have never gotten formal education in any entertainment medium. It's always been hands-on on the job. We've trained for some time, and you keep getting better at it as you keep doing it. And it's always, I guess cinema or entertainment was the first gig economy in some ways, where a lot of people come together for a very specific task, get something done, and kind of leave. Would we want formal education? Yes, of course. We just never had it all these years. It's unlike, there were 1 or 2 film institutes in Pune, in Chennai, which were very popular for a season, but it's not like a filmmaker getting out of there is coming with a certain skill into the movie industry. That never, the business and the education never spoke in any manner. But with technology, with using visual effects, animation, all of that has been the most structured part of the entertainment business once that came into play. There's definitely a bunch of things that he spoke about, Ashish sir, which was the base of it will still continue to be story. So understanding how to be able to tell a story, the basics of storytelling. I mean, whether just not for film today, whether it's a brand, whether it's a company, whether it's a nation, it's all a story. It's unless you're able to construct that story right, your product or what you're trying to sell is not going to reach the intended audience. So I think that base becomes important. And one thing that wasn't touched upon was ownership, because that's going to change pretty dramatically. Earlier, big studios were the only ones that could develop big IP, big universe and stuff like that. But today it's in the hands of independent artists. So that base of ideation is what needs to be taught, but it's almost like I call myself an aged millennial in some ways, where the early part of school, that wasn't a skill to have, that was not credited for knowing that. It was great if you got 100 in math, but what you got in art class was never credited in that similar system. I just feel like this is like the intelligent economy is pretty different now. That construct of repeatability is gone. Ultimately the differentiator will be the ones who are building IP on these tools, or the ones just using those tools. So I think that becomes the serious differentiator, and it's great that it's going through schools, and especially in a country like India, it's to adopt it in a large scale. I think that's the only way it's done.
Thank you.